Next we are going to discuss about Aedes mosquitoes. Aedes mosquito can be identified by other mosquitoes by having a distinctive black and white markings on their body as well as legs. Here you can see that alternative dark and white bands could be seen on their entire body, and where they are active and which time they are active. Unlike Culex mosquito, these particular mosquitoes are active and bite during the daytime or during the morning time, just before the dusk or evening. Okay, and generally two different species are concerned with spreading this viruses in most of the organisms, and two species, the concerned species of Aedes are called Aedes aegypti and Aedes albopictus. This Aedes aegypti is very important because it is also called a yellow fever mosquito. It will spread a disease. As it spread the disease yellow fever, this is called a yellow fever mosquito. And this particular mosquito is generally found in urban areas, and that is within the urban areas. This is seen both in indoors as well as outdoors, and generally prefers on the human blood. For what? For completing the development of egg. Okay. And what is important? So I told you that this is mainly concerned with spreading the disease that is called yellow fever. And this yellow fever is generally transmitted by the bite of an infected yellow fever mosquito, which is called Aedes aegypti. Whenever this particular mosquito bite on a person, it will generally transmit this particular virus. And this yellow fever is generally occurs in tropical areas of Africa and South America, and historically we can view that this is the most lethal disease, mosquito-borne disease, compared to other diseases. And when we are comparing other mosquito-borne diseases like malaria, filariasis, and all these things, we can say that this yellow fever is the most lethal. Lethality means it will cause death of that particular affected individual. And apart from that, this will also affect those people who lives in the endemic area. Endemic area means a particular area in which only a certain peoples are generally dwelling, and that particular area is not getting disturbed by any other ones. That is called an endemic area. For example, tribals. We can say that the tribals are generally, the tribal colonies restricted to only a particular region. So in this particular region, that particular region is called the endemic region, and this disease can also be spread in this kinds of endemic areas. And a vaccine is currently an important component in this yellow fever prevention program. So a vaccine is generally available now for preventing this particular disease. Then how can we control this particular mosquito? Chemical interventions, insecticides, chemical larvicides are generally using, and in which this is one of the method. Then another method is habitat management, and another method is non-chemical larviciding, larvivorous fish, oil coating, mass trapping of larvae. Then population replacement methods. That means we need to reduce the population of this particular mosquitoes by different kinds of replacement method. Then genetic techniques. So these 5 different methods are generally employed for controlling Aedes mosquito. The first one is chemical interventions, which includes insecticides and chemical larviciding. Second one is habitat management. Third one is non-chemical larviciding, by the use of larvivorous fishes, oil coating and mass trapping of larvae. Then we need to replace their population of this particular mosquitoes, and apart from that, genetic techniques are also used for controlling Aedes mosquitoes. So let's move to the detail of each one. Insecticides. Insecticides belongs to a particular class of compounds, generally includes pyrethroids, carbamates, organophosphates, organochlorines. These are generally used for controlling chemically the insect. So these are the insecticidal, or we are controlling the insect by means of chemical method. From all these chemicals, organophosphates and pyrethroids are generally employed for controlling the Aedes species, which means all the other chemical compounds are also used for controlling other mosquitoes. Mainly in the case of Aedes mosquito, we are using organophosphate and pyrethroids. Then habitat or source management. Habitat means the place where the mosquitoes are generally seen. We need to manage that habitat or their source or where they are found. It generally includes attempts to reduce mosquito breeding sites where the mosquitoes are generally undergoing reproduction, breeding, and development by removing the potential breeding sites. Okay. And non-chemical method generally includes soil coating and vector trapping, interrupt the life cycle of the vector and thereby limiting the propagation. Non-chemical method means we need to use this kinds of oil coating and vector trapping. So what happens is that whenever we are pouring this oil into the breeding pool or the breeding site of this particular insects, the oxygen cannot be absorbed by this mosquito because the oil generally forms a thin film on the surface of this water, so they are not able to take the oxygens and hence what happens, it will interrupt the life cycle of that particular vector or mosquito and limiting their propagation. The next method is introducing larvivorous fishes. For example, guppy, gambusia, these kinds of fishes are very famous for controlling the mosquito by feeding upon this larvae. So they are called larvivorous fishes. When we are introducing these larvivorous fishes, we can control the mosquito. Then another method is called a population control. Population control means we need to control the density or the population by introducing certain species. Wolbachia is one among them. The Wolbachia is an endosymbiotic bacteria. This is a bacteria which is generally found in the intestine of insect. So when we are introducing this endosymbiotic bacteria, that is Wolbachia species into the Aedes Mosquito, it will what happens? It generally causes reproductive modifications such as cytoplasmic incompatibility, which results in the generation of unviable offsprings. അപ്പം ഈ ഒരു സ്പീഷീസിനെ ഈ കാണുന്ന ഒരു ബാക്ടീരിയനെ നമ്മൾ ഇൻട്രൊഡ്യൂസ് ചെയ്യുകയാണെങ്കിൽ എഡിസ് മോസ്കിറ്റോന്റെ ബ്രീഡിംഗ് സൈറ്റിലേക്ക് ഇൻട്രൊഡ്യൂസ് ചെയ്യുകയാണെങ്കിൽ അവരെന്താ ചെയ്യുക വെച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ഇവരുടെ റീപ്രൊഡക്ഷൻ, അതായത് അടുത്ത ജനറേഷൻ ഉണ്ടാക്കുന്ന റീപ്രൊഡക്ഷൻ കപ്പാസിറ്റീനെ അവർ ആൾട്ടർ ചെയ്യും. അതെങ്ങനെ വെച്ചാൽ സൈറ്റോപ്ലാസ്മിക് ഇൻകമ്പബിലിറ്റി ഒക്കെ വെച്ചിട്ട് ഇതൊക്കെ തരത്തിലുള്ള മോഡിഫിക്കേഷൻസ് ആണ്. അത് ഇവരുടെ ശരീരത്തിൻ്റെ ഉള്ളിൽ നടത്തുമ്പോൾ അവർക്ക് വയബിൾ ആയിട്ടുള്ള, അതായത് റീപ്രൊഡ്യൂസ് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുന്ന അടുത്ത ജനറേഷനെ ഉണ്ടാക്കാനുള്ള കപ്പാസിറ്റി കുറയും. ഓക്കെ, സോ ഇൻ ദിസ് അപ്പോൾ അടുത്ത ജനറേഷൻ ഉണ്ടാവില്ല മീൻസ് അവരുടെ പോപ്പുലേഷൻ കുറഞ്ഞു. ഓക്കെ, സോ ഇൻ ദിസ് മെത്തേഡ് ഓൾസോ വി ക്യാൻ കൺട്രോൾ ദ Aedes mosquito. Then this is a summary of the vector-borne diseases. We have discussed about 3 different kinds of mosquitoes, that is Culex, Anopheles and Aedes. So in the case of first we have discussed the Anopheles mosquito. It generally causes malaria as well as lymphatic filariasis. Malaria is generally caused by a parasite and also lymphatic filariasis is also caused by a parasite. So this indicates the type of which kind of pathogen or whether it is bacteria or virus or any other organism is spreading the disease. In the case of Anopheles, this is generally these 2 important diseases are generally caused by the parasite. Then we discussed about the Culex mosquito. The Culex mosquito generally causes 3 important diseases. Japanese encephalitis, it is caused by the virus. Lymphatic filariasis, but it is caused by a parasite. And West Nile fever, this is caused by a virus. So both virus and parasites are generally causing diseases which is spread by Culex. Then we have discussed the Aedes. Aedes generally produces or generally causes different kinds of diseases, that is chikungunya, dengue, lymphatic filariasis, then Rift Valley fever, yellow fever and Zika virus. So what type of pathogens are generally spreading by this mosquito is that it is mainly virus as well as parasites. So that's all about the vector-borne diseases, their symptoms, their pest strategy, and also how can we control this particular vector-borne diseases. I hope you understood. If you have any doubt, please do in the comment section. Thank you.